the living library. I'm the living person that I hope you will remember. I am a survivor of the Second World War. Supposed to be killed because I am Jewish. That is the only reason. But when you are little, you don't know what a Christian is, a Catholic, a Protestant, or Jewish is. And when my mother sewed a yellow star on my dress, and I went out to play, my friends that used to play with me called me dirty dog, sale juif. Oh, by the way, the first 4 languages I spoke was Polish, Yiddish, French, and Flemish.
Wow.
English and Hebrew is my 8th and 9th language. Languages is something that saved my life in my hiding days. When I tell you that 1,500,000 children died, or 6 million people were murdered in the Second World War, it's a number that we can't accept, right? 6 million, what is, it's a number, it's an unbelievable number, and we can't count. But I'm going to give you faces of one person, at least at the time, that was murdered. And one of them is my brother Jean. Jean came home and was yelling at my mother. That was the feeling of fear, because I had never heard my brothers or sisters yelling at my mother. And I didn't understand, because you don't really understand, I was 4 years old. I left home, I was 4.5 years old. I went into hiding. I left my brothers and sisters and my mother. Jean, he was in the French resistance. The next memory I have is my family, my mother, my brother Jacques, my sister Esther, my brother Henri, and I are walking down a road. We were leaving Brussels. I didn't know that, but it was a road with 2 ditches. That I remember. I remember very clearly. And because I was little, my brother Henri, who was 7 years older than I, put me on his shoulder and carried me. And we were walking down this road, and I see thousands of people coming towards us. And beside us, there's thousands of people going the way we're walking. And as a little girl, I thought, and I still think about it, I used to think that when we met in the middle, we would hit each other, because of all these people coming towards each other. And then I looked up in the sky, and I saw a silver bird. I'd never seen a silver bird before. I lived in the city. And so I bang on my brother Henri's head, and I'm saying, Henri, regard, look. He doesn't pay attention to me. And I looked up at the silver bird again, and I see beautiful stars coming out of it. And I'm thinking, that's lovely. But this time I'm very excited. So I banged on my brother's head, and I said, Henri, tu dois voir. You have to look. He looked, and the next thing I know, he throws me in the ditch. He pushes my mother in the ditch, and my sister and my brother Jack were all in the ditch. Because, what is that silver bird? Anybody? Yes. Oh, you two again?
A bomber.
Very good, a plane. That's right. And the stars were guns. The plane was diving onto the road and shooting the people on the road. And so my first encounter with death was that day. And I was around 4.5, from what my brother tells me. And it's always dark. I was always moved at night. During the day, when I had to go from here to the corner, and I saw the Gestapo, and I saw you walking with your family, I would come and stand beside you and walk with your family. You wouldn't even notice me. So that the Gestapo would think I was part of this family. You learn how to hide. And I don't know where I learned those things. It was just something that I hope you will never have to find out. I am a survivor. Somebody that survived a terrible time in our history.